The dog jumped on the bed and right onto my arm.
And then I have pictures of her at Disneyland on May 11th.
I had 3 puncture wounds and a tear.
He just is very protective of me, sir.
I'm an exact dancer. I do bachelor parties.
Tell me about that. Whoa, Bill.
My baby,
that's completely unreasonable.
If you want to fight, I can get you boxing gloves, but we're not here for that. My first case ever with worms.
Come here, Sophie. Get him, Rusty.
Can I say something?
No. If she hadn't had an oral agreement, how do you do? I know you've all been sworn. I have read your complaint, ma'am. You claim that you were bitten by the defendant's Dalmatian?
That's correct.
And when did this happen?
April 27th of '98
And where?
in Pismo Beach.
No, okay.
Oh, like in where? Like, well, we were living together in a house.
You lived together?
Mm-hmm.
How long had you known each other?
We've known each other probably about 3 years.
How long had you lived together?
We were only living together for 6 months.
Okay. And during that 6-month period, was the Dalmatian also there?
Yes, he was.
Okay. And tell me about... Whoa, Bill. What's the dog's name?
Domino.
Stop.
You have the ability to control the dog?
He just is very protective of me, sir.
No one's going near you.
Stop.
Okay, no one go near that dog. I don't want another case involved here. Okay, tell me about the dog bite.
Okay, on April 27th of this year, it was myself, Lana, and Brian, my boyfriend. We were kicking it at the house.
You were doing what?
Watching TV.
I have children, I have grandchildren.
Sorry, slang.
I've yet to hear kicking it. I've heard
You
of football
will
players
soon.
doing
You
it,
will.
and baseball players making errors. That's called kicking it. But I don't know what kicking it means.
You will, you'll hear it soon. But anyway, we were hanging out.
Oh, what?
We were hanging out.
You were hanging out?
Yeah, hanging out.
That's the same as kicking it.
Yeah.
Okay, what happened?
Okay, so Lana went in her room. I'm pretty sure she was going to bed. I walked in there to talk to her about something. Not even before I got in the door all the way to shut the door behind me, the dog jumped on the bed and right onto my arm.
Jumped on the bed?
Jumped right onto the bed. Her bed, like as if the door was right here, her bed is this way, the dog was on that side. Jumped on the bed and then onto my arm.
What part of your arm was bitten?
Forearm.
That's it?
Well, I had 3 puncture wounds and a tear. It's been since April.
Okay. Did you take pictures of it?
No, I didn't.
See a doctor?
Yes, I did.
Okay. That same night?
Yes, the same night.
Okay. Did you take anything for pain?
Stop. Now.
Take anything for pain?
For pain,
Will you sit down?
I don't remember if they gave me anything for the pain, but I took ibuprofen.
If you had a lot of pain, I think you'd remember if you took something.
Well, then yes, I did. Well, I took.
You're saying it because I said so?
No, I'm just saying
How
that.
long did you have pain?
Probably for like a week and a half.
It was not a week, but it was like a week.
It was a week and a half.
It was a week. Okay. You lose any time from work?
Yes, I did.
How much?
I lost 2 weeks.
Why did you lose 2 weeks?
Well, I had a bandage. I'm an exotic dancer, and I had a bandage on and wrapped.
You had to keep it on for 2 weeks?
Yes, I did.
What did you do? Exotic dancing?
I'm an exotic dancer. I do bachelor parties and things like that.
Do you have a letter from your employer that you would have received?
Should be in your packet, Your Honor.
You're going to have to tell your employer to learn how to spell volition. It's V-O-L. Volition is V-O-L, not V-A-L. Was he there that night of this incident?
No, he was not.
He doesn't say what you earned.
Because he doesn't, they don't, what they are is they're just a referral. I don't know how to explain it, but except for the fact that they don't keep track of their shows. All they do is like they get, somebody calls in and says, I want, Kiki for an hour, which is $150. I make $150 an hour. I don't know what to tell you.
How many hours do you work a night?
A night?
Is it a night, or sometimes you work during the day?
Well, yeah. Well, no, not anymore. I used to do privates, which I used to work during the day. I don't do those anymore. I can work up to 3 shows a night. And lately, that's what I've been, and that's what I did. If you can see, of the weekend of April 26th, which was my birthday weekend, I made quite a bit of money.
What did you do during those 2 weeks that you weren't working?
I just relaxed. I just went home. I went back home to visit my mom, and that's where I got my re-checkup.
Did you stay in the place with the defendant?
Yeah, when the dog attacked, Lana had asked me not to have the dog quarantined or to have the dog taken away, which, I mean, we were best friends at the time, so of course I said no. I also did agree, yes, to live in the house with the dog under circumstances of that the dog was not to be out of the room when I was home.
Before you went into the room that night, did you know that she kept the dog there?
Oh, well, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay. Did you know that the dog was overly protective of her?
Yes, I did.
Had you ever walked into her room like that before?
Yes, I have, many times.
Dog never attacked you?
Many times, never. No.
Okay. Did your dog bite her?
Yes, he did.
What's your defense?
Well, she walked into the room, and I was going to bed, and I asked her to bring an alarm clock out of my roommate's, which is
You knew she was coming in?
I knew she was coming in, and my dog was on the other side of my bed eating. And as you can tell, he's very protective of me, which I can't really do anything about. It's just I've had him since he was 5 months old.
How old is he now?
3.5. And he's been with me just about every day.
But you invited her to come in your room.
I asked her to bring an alarm clock, yeah.
And that's what she was doing?
Yeah.
And the dog bit her?
And the dog bit her.
So what's your defense?
Well, I just want to say that the 2 weeks, I never ever refused to pay for the hospital bills. Our work schedules and stuff always conflicted.
Wait.
And I have pictures of her on May 11th, which is the day that she was, her employer said that she was out of work also on May 11th, and I have pictures of her at Disneyland on May 11th.
Let me see it. Sound like an insurance investigator.
May 11th, I thought that was from June 1st, as of the date.
May 11th on the big one. That's when the pictures were developed.
Also, Your
Wait
Honor.
a minute, not ready for you yet.
On the big picture, in the frame kind of thing, if you take that out on the very bottom, there's a date that it was taken.
Take it out of the frame. On the bottom.
On the bottom.
May 11, 98. Is this you in this picture?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Were you at Disneyland?
Yes, I was, Your Honor. I've already seen it.
Having a good time?
That day, I did.
How many days before that did you do the same kind of thing?
0, Your Honor.
0.
That kind of thing, yeah.
What other kinds of things did you do? Because I see you weren't wearing a bandage on that day.
You wouldn't have been able to tell anyway. I didn't.
Your Honor, she
the
was
reason
wearing a bandage. I remember specifically that she was wearing
At Disneyland?
Yes.
She was wearing a bandage?
It was not a wrap. It was a Band-Aid. A Band-Aid, probably about that big.
Band-Aid?
Yes, it was like a bandage.
Is that what it was?
I had met her. She was in Oakhurst visiting her parents, like she said, during the 2 weeks. I drove down to Magic Mountain. I took the 101. I met her. She took the 5 straight from her parents' house. After Disneyland, we came home, and she proceeded working.
I would like to also add, Your Honor, that she had locked or not absolutely locked, but kept the dog in the room quite a bit of the time. The dog had no discipline whatsoever.
I don't want to discuss the dog anymore.
Okay.
As far as liability is concerned, I don't think there's any question about it.
Okay.
It's only a question of how much.
I just want to state also that how I never, I was willing to pay for the hospital bills, but the time...
It doesn't make any difference whether you're willing or unwilling.
Well, I know, but...
You obviously didn't
But she
pay...
asking me for $2,500 when the hospital bills came to $347.
Okay, can I tell you why?
And my roommate,
She's also claiming
witness,
loss of...
was with her part of the time she was in Oakhurst, and she was partying.
That's what let's find out. What's your name?
Sarah?
Sarah?
Yes.
It's my daughter's name. Must be a good name. What do you know about this?
Well, I know that I did go to Oakhurst with her to visit her family. We went to Disneyland on all the roller coasters. You can see in one of the pictures she's holding me with her arms. I don't think that there was a problem the last week.
Did she wear a bandage?
She wore a little Band-Aid, yeah. She had a Band-Aid on. It wasn't wrapped or anything though.
How long did she wear that Band-Aid?
Oh, I don't know. She wore it through when we were in Disneyland. I don't really remember.
Your Honor.
What did she do when she was up at her mother's?
We visited family.
I mean, did she do any running, walking, dancing?
No, not that I remember.
Your Honor, I would like to add that most of the time that we were back home, she was with her family and her boyfriend. I was with my mom. So we did not spend 24/7 together when we were back home.
Okay. Take a short recess. I'll come back, give you my decision.
She said they were proven they laid 3 eggs and none of them were fertile.
Your Honor, what you have before you today is what is referred to in the bird industry as the Los Angeles bird scam.
Remain seated and come to order. This court is again in session.
As I said, it was clear that the plaintiff is entitled to recover from the defendant because the dog bite statute's clear. You bite someone without any mitigating circumstances, without provocation. You invited her to come into your room to bring this clock. She was there at your invitation, and the dog jumped at her. And you're going to have to learn to control your dog a little bit better. The question is how much, as I said. The doctor bills are $374.20. The pain was not severe enough to probably even take Tylenol or aspirin because you said you only took it that if I had pain then I must have taken it because I suggested that to you. So I don't think it was that great. I'll give you $500 for pain and suffering. For your loss of earnings, $823 total. Judgment for plaintiff for $1,497.
I just feel like she had no intentions of suing me until we somewhat kicked her out because she was always, we really didn't kick her out. We asked her that it would probably be better if she did because of her supposedly modeling porno and stripping, so.
You're just jealous.
Yeah.
And it's not porno. It's just still photography.
I feel
don't like
scarring
it,
for
then you do
life is worth more than $500 of pain and suffering. I mean, if she wanted to go get it cosmetically removed, she'd be paying a fortune, especially since she is in the modeling industry.
Well, then
and
she
she
should
does
be
need
able
to look
to
at her
afford
best.
it.
I'm ignoring that for the minute.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's just the way life goes.
But the scam is that they keep the bird.
This one was supposed to be a hen, but it wasn't. When I took it in to have it sexed, it was a male.
Does that mean I can't use the term again?
The Honorable Court is now in session. The Honorable Joseph A. Wapner, Judge presiding.
I know you've all been sworn. I've read your complaint. You bought some birds from the defendant,
Yes.
and you're claiming, what, that they weren't what you bought?
No, I bought a proven pair. And
what?
A proven pair, which means that are a pair of birds that have had fertile eggs and have had raised chicks.
I see.
And a proven hen. After the breeding season, took the proven hen in because there weren't any eggs.
Which one is the proven hen?
This. Well, she's in there.
Which one of the two is?
Well, actually, this one was supposed to be a hen, but it wasn't. When I took it in to have it
The proven
sexed, it
hen,
was
right
a
here.
male.
Okay. And what are the? How about the others?
The others are a pair.
Were they what you bought?
They were what I bought, but she said they were proven. They laid 3 eggs and none of them were fertile.
Not what represented.
So none of them are as represented.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Can I get a digest
How much
for
did you
just-
pay? How much did you pay for them?
$3,000.
You sell them these 3 birds?
Your Honor, what you have before you today is what is referred to in the bird industry as the Los Angeles bird scam.
Bird scam.
Yes.
Who
And
refers-
forgive me for using the
Who
name.
refers to it that way?
The individuals in the bird industry.
How many individuals say that?
Well, I don't know. It's
Well, I mean, you're making a statement. It sounds awful.
It is awful.
Especially since you have Los Angeles involved in it.
I know, and forgive me for doing that.
I don't know if I
and
will
it may,
or not.
it
I
may go,
may forgive you and I may not forgive you.
Does that mean I can't use the term again?
I've heard it once. Why do you need to repeat it?
Okay. We'll just refer to it as the bird scam. Okay.
All right.
And what that involves is a bird person buys some birds from another bird person out of the area, preferably out of the state. And then they manufacture bogus charges, file a claim for $5,000 in small claims court, and
This is the first one I've had.
You know, I can't.
Wait a minute. No, just be patient. Be patient. Be patient. And you be patient too. Did they get the kind of birds that they ordered?
what I represented to the Vesquios was that I was selling them a proven pair of bare-eyed breeders and a proven hen bare-eyed breeder. And what the history...
Did they ever procreate?
Yes, but that didn't turn out to be the issue.
Well, that is the issue.
Okay.
Apparently, they're
All
not
right.
what they were represented to be.
Yes, were they proven? Absolutely, absolutely.
What proof do you have of it?
Well, as a matter of fact, I have an extensive tracking of. Could I explain first what
I only want to know about these birds and whether they were able to procreate.
Right. Yes, and the issue was that what I sold the Vecchios and represented as a proven female turned out to be a male, and that was by mistake. And
then aren't they? Well, then how does it become a scam?
Well, because
you sold them. It was supposed to be a male. Which way did it go? You're supposed to be a female or male?
it was supposed to be a female.
And it's a male.
It is a male. And what happened was I had a
did they create this? Did they inflate
absolutely
it?
Not. Absolutely not.
What do they gain by this scam?
What they gain is that if they are successful, they get $5,000, and the grand.
You're going to get the birds if they get the money.
No.
Oh yes.
That wasn't the way it works.
Oh, that's the way it works. They can't have the money and the birds.
Well, but the scam is that they keep the birds.
No, not in my court.
Maybe not in your court, but I can tell.
Well, I'm the one in charge here.
Right.
Did you expect to get the money and the birds?
Yes, sir.
Oh, no way.
Yes, sir.
You've got to be kidding.
No.
You take your choice.
We've just got a lot invested in these birds and the money.
They're not what you wanted.
No, they're not. They're not. But the way I look at it
You get your money back, sir, plus the difference between that and what cost you to raise them, up to $5,000, and she gets the birds. Now, if you want to keep the birds, that's the end of the case.
Well, okay, let me explain why.
No. I want to know what you want to do. You don't have to explain it to me. Those are your two options.
Yeah, well, the birds are of no value to us, so we'll go for the cash.
Okay.
Like door 3.
Is that satisfactory with you?
No, Your Honor.
Why not?
Because I haven't explained.
No. By telling me why not, you can explain.
Okay.
Why isn't that fair?
Because
you told me there was a scam. They were going to get the birds and the money, and I said no. And he says, yes, he's willing to turn over the birds and get the difference in money. They're not saying you did it on purpose, but you're admitting now that you sent them something that they didn't order.
That is correct. And when they notified me,
why isn't it fair for you to get the birds and for them to get the money?
When they notified me,
answer my question, please, ma'am.
Why isn't it fair?
Yes.
Because what they're suing for is not the value of the one bird.
They said none of the birds are what they really represented to be.
And that's what the scam is about.
It's not a scam if you're getting the birds back, ma'am. You don't seem to understand that. You're a fair-minded person, I can tell by just looking at you. Isn't it fair? I'm not going to convince you, because I'm going to just have you turn over those birds to the defendant, and I'm going to award you an additional $2,000, and the birds are hers. And you'll take them today, right now? Because we're giving them to you, and if you don't want to take them, he's not going to get any more money. He's going to get $2,000 and the birds. Or you're going to get the birds and he's going to get $2,000. Now, which do you want?
Well, I'll take the birds.
Oh, all right. Rusty, will you see that she gets the birds? Did you have a countersuit?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
For what?
For extortion.
Extortion?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Okay. What,
this
extortion for what? For the scam you're talking about?
Yes.
Which is not a scam?
Well,
you haven't proven there's a scam, ma'am. Come on.
I haven't. You haven't given me the
opportunity to tell your side of the story. I know. I never do. Now you tell me what it is, other than what you've told me already, that amounts to extortion.
Okay. The extortion is about their bad faith.
What bad faith? Come on. You're taking time for no good reason. Tell me what the extortion is.
Your Honor,
I'll give you one more chance.
The extortion has to do with their efforts to make claims to get money from me.
Oh, okay. All right. That's it. Judgment for plaintiff for $5,000.
I was very disappointed that he didn't give me any opportunity to present all of the evidence that I had. You know, these folks have made claims in different venues to try and get money from me, and they have a grand slam situation with this scam where the people end up with $5,000 and the birds.
We purchased a female, we got a male. We purchased a proven egg-laying, egg-hatching pair. We didn't get it. So you talk about a scam, be very careful, lady.